never quite in Omaha, but especially when Jay Johnson shows up. We say hello to the LSU baseball coach. Only 2 national championships here. Coach, you're making it tough on yourself by winning this many right out of the chute. I mean,
let's make it as tough as we can then.
I mean, we have callers here that get upset when you give up a run. So, I mean, it's been remarkable. I know this is what they were hoping for. I know you came here for a reason. You had a really good job. But how would you describe these first couple of years?
Yeah, as good as it possibly could be. I came in with high expectations of what was possible at LSU. The environment, the fan support is unmatched, and one of one, type job opportunity and living the dream.
Yeah, I mean, I remember sitting here with you a couple of years ago, and this is this is what you've done so far. It's not pretty remarkable when you think about what you are compared to. But what's so interesting, they've had great success here in the past too with Skip Bertman and other coaches as well. And so it's you knew exactly what you were getting into, but could you I mean, I know this sounds like a fantasy question, but could you have even imagined what you were encountering though? Because I mean, there's just you'd been here, you'd seen it, but still.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think, stealing a line from Nick Saban, who I say is my hero. They don't like that all the time when I say that around here. But
you won a title here.
The focus on process over result,
right,
and having a legitimate plan of how we attack everything in our program, from recruiting to developing to the mental game to how we approach the postseason, and being able to put that in play at a place like LSU with these great resources, this great environment, the great tradition built by Coach Bertman, the architect of it. I just consider it like the honor of my lifetime.
Well, I want to talk about that process because it's there's nothing simple about putting it together piece by piece because there's so much detail. But you land here. How do you go about laying out what you want? Because that you have it in your head, but execution is another thing.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think it's staying committed to the things that are important. It starts with recruiting. We've obviously recruited some of the best players in the country to play for us, players that have a Major League Baseball type ceiling, and then developing them so they benefit from it, like a Georgia football, like a Alabama football, like LSU is doing right now as well, developing those guys for the NFL. We want to do the same thing for Major League Baseball. And if you do the right things like that over a long period of time, the team success follows, and we've been very fortunate in that regard.
So in terms of a playbook, I'm not asking you to give away the secrets, but is there a thick folder of how it's done?
Day by day, absolutely.
Really?
And it's taken a long time, through 4 or 5 different schools, and it's been a benefit probably to not be at places that were thought of like an LSU. Certainly left a great program at Arizona. We went to Omaha twice in 5 years, but the University of Nevada, University of San Diego, Point Loma Nazarene University really helped, in building that, because you had to develop players, you had to find creative ways to do things, and now getting a chance to do it on this stage has been a dream come true.
Is there, as you work through your own process, is there one thing in particular, or is it many things? Is it detail? Is it just being unrelenting? I'm just fascinated by how you do it.
Yeah, kind of our pillars of the program come down to 3 things. Fundamentally sound, doing common things in a really uncommon way.
Okay.
Competitive nature, any team can prepare for what you do. We don't want them ever to be prepared for who we are as competitors. And the third is character, just get in an organization full of people who make great decisions day after day after day. And if you do those things, those 3 simple things with the right people on board, you can accomplish anything that you want.
I mean, every sport is different, but it just seems to me that baseball, because you talked about character, you go out and you recruit the best players, they still have to fit, and it's such a long season, and you're together. How critical is having the best players, but the right players?
No doubt about it. And last year we were talking off air, one of the gratifying things about winning the national championship is we only had 12 players returning from the previous team. And so getting that collection of talent to actually become a team with those 12 returners, 10 guys from the portal, 10 high school players, a couple junior college guys, major credit to those guys. And they just made a decision. They were always going to place the needs of the team and the program above their own. So it's great when everybody wins. 10 players moving on to professional baseball and winning a national championship. That's exactly how you want it to go.
So in your playbook, you have a specific plan, and I'm sure it is detail oriented, and there may be one day off, but there aren't many. But in terms of the success, and I'm curious, you come in a couple of years ago, you have, one of the great teams of all time with players that are recognizable anywhere and everywhere. How does that help feed what happened last June in Omaha?
I think the next wave of players are always evaluating what's the best situation for them. And when you continually are moving guys onto Major League Baseball, you're putting yourself in position to be at the top of this league, which is by far the best league in the country in baseball, and giving yourself an opportunity to go to Omaha and put yourself in position to win the national championship. The best guys want to be a part of that. And we don't need all of the best players. We just need equal players. And we believe if we get equal players here, and then LSU is going to LSU with the fan support and the tradition and the box, it allows us to be in position to do some special things.
I'm curious I remember sitting in Hoover right before the tournament began this year, talking to various people. And it's almost cliche to talk about the grind. Everyone knows it now. But what does that do for you as you get ready for the next tournament, which is probably not going to be as difficult as what you just got through with? But you still have to mentally pace yourself to peak at the right moment.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, and it's a challenge. It's 10 weeks of a bloodbath, and then we all decide to go to the same place in Hoover and do it for one more week. My feeling is if you survive that and you earn your way into the NCAA tournament, you will not see anything that you have not seen during the regular season. And so I feel like we go in incredibly prepared. And then it really just becomes about executing your plan, and our players have done a great job of that here.
I know there's such a thing as you win the title and it's difficult the next year, but in many ways the players aren't the same. How do you, and I know it's part of the overall blueprint and process, but is it more difficult to win the year after you have won?
I think so, 1,000%. And it's a challenge to get the team to understand one of the most important things they can do for success this year is forget last year. Now, we want to learn the lessons of being mentally tough and being resilient and all those things that are transferable in a culture. And we have great returning players this year that are doing a good job in the fall of helping this team do that. But this is a new team. There's new challenges. I was looking at our SEC schedule the other day. Very likely that all 10 teams that we play will be NCAA tournament teams. And so you have to earn your way there again. So I just think as long as you respect what it takes to prepare to be ready for that, you give yourself a good chance.
Okay. We know what you've done, and you're at the top of the pyramid right now in college baseball. You've won 2 titles in an incredibly short period of time. How do you motivate yourself? Because you have to motivate your coaches, your players, your program. But, if you never won anything again, it's still going to be, at the end of your career, an amazing accomplishment. I know that's not something you think about, but internally, what drives you?
I have developed a good relationship with Chris Peterson, the football coach, and, I heard him speak one time, and he said something that really resonated with me. Like, if I want my team to be more of this, mentally tough, resilient, disciplined, then I have to be that way. Right. And so really it's about setting a positive example for our team, and I can't demand something out of them that I'm not willing to put into myself. And for them to achieve their dreams, that's the way our coaching staff needs to be, think, and operate.
I've studied greatness, and I know you have, and sometimes you almost, the great ones almost seem angry having to talk about what they've already accomplished because they're already working on the next one. But there is such a thing as celebrating what you've done. How do you balance those two? Because you don't want to be a grump when somebody says, hey, Coach, congratulations.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think, I've tried to do a good job when we've been in Omaha, the night of really celebrating, and we got our winning song playing in the speakers there, and players are hugging each other, holding up the trophy, and be present in those moments. And when times come along, like we're celebrating the national championship, the ring ceremony when Texas A&M comes here for football, like be present in that, and celebrate that. Because if you don't, like, what are we doing it for?
Right.
And I don't want our players ever to feel like it wasn't worthwhile. And then I think if you're a winner, you find a way to move on to the next thing and be who you're supposed to be when you need to be it.
Internally, and I know I'm getting deep, but I'm so fascinated with greatness, and I think you're certainly in that rarefied air. Do you have to talk to yourself sometimes? Because you know who you are, you know what you're up against, you know how difficult it is, and you've already done it a number of times. Internally, is there a struggle? Just keep pushing. You can't. I mean, some days I'm sure you just like say, "Man, I got two trophies here. I'm just kick back."
Well, the second you give anybody in our league an inch,
okay,
they will take a mile.
Right.
And I'm not interested in giving anybody a mile right now.
Now, I had a coach ask me if you'd go ahead and do that. They're pulling for you to take it easy. Coach, there's nothing like it. We haven't seen this in a very long time. Jay Johnson, 2 national championships. How about another one this year? Okay, let's do it again. Let's do another one. Coach, always a pleasure. This is so cool for me.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
You bet. We'll be right back.